She is a journalist, a wife, a mother, and she is also fighting leukemia. Fox anchor Loriana Hernandez Aldama was diagnosed with cancer last January, and since then she has documented and shared her courageous fight against the disease on air and online. Well, now she's using her experience to inspire other people fighting that very same battle, and also to encourage everyone to be prepared for life. It's called the Armor Up campaign. Loriana joins us now live with her story and how you can help other people in this struggle. Good to be with you.
Good morning. I'm so excited to be here, back on the set.
Welcome home, I guess we should say.
We're excited to see you.
Yeah, it's great. It just feels good to be alive. Every day when I wake up and just take a breath, I am so thankful. You know, we cover so many stories as journalists that we think we're immune. It's not going to happen to us. We cover everybody else's story. And so when the tables were turned on me, I was just, I didn't know what to do.
How are you doing now?
I am 6 or 7 months post-transplant, and I'm doing good. I have kind of a raspy, I keep getting a cough, and so they're working on why I can't get better from a sinus infection. So things that don't go away, they don't like that because it could be a sign of something else. But the big challenge, I was in the hospital for 1 year. I was anchoring Good Day Austin, and I remember waking up one morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, I had bone pain at midnight. I'm like, oh, I've got to go in. I have to get up in 2 hours. And I didn't know what to do, and my arm hurt. So I went on, and in between sound bites, I'd put an ice pack on. And the oncologist said, you're just run down. I mean, anybody who wakes up at 2 in the morning, you don't have a problem. And then we did fertility. We were trying to have a second baby. And my fertility doctor said, you can't have a baby, you have cancer.
Oh, my goodness. So that's the first time you heard that?
Yes, I had 2 oncologists tell me that this is why you should get a second opinion. Say, you can't have a baby, you have cancer. He took my blood, I was sick 2 days before an embryo transfer, and he said, you have cancer. And I said, you're wrong.
When you hear those words, cancer, you know, immediately I would imagine you go into a mourning stage, but how do you then revive from that and start fighting and saying, okay, this is what I've got to do. I've got a child already, perhaps one on the way. I've got to get better for me and my family.
Well, I just went into reporter mode. I went on Twitter, I went on Facebook, and I just posted and said, a friend of who has a contact at Johns Hopkins? I've got to get to the best facility, the best doctor. I need to save my life. I have a son to live for and a husband. And through many people, it took 24 hours, and I had a doctor calling me from Johns Hopkins. Those were my reporter skills kicked in. And he said, you need to get here right away. We have a bed waiting for you. And I cried and said, well, what about my son? Can I say? And he said, you don't have time to say goodbye to him. You give him to your husband, and you're going to fly to Baltimore.
You're okay. You're okay.
And I said goodbye to my husband and son and flew by myself to Baltimore. Didn't have any support system. And checked myself in. And I had my best friend who's here, who fortunately is a makeup artist. She always keeps me happy.
And you look beautiful.
And she checked me in, and I was there, I thought, once again, thinking, oh, this is going to be a few days. They're going to punch the time card, I'll leave, I'll be fine. And they said, you need to armor up. You're going to be here for a year, honey.
Oh. Wow.
And go ahead, Steve.
You documented so much of your journey along the way, and for so many other survivors that you talk to, a lot is focused on the physical aspect of the journey and how physically, and when people talk to you, how you feeling. And a lot of it is based on physical, but emotionally, mentally, what have you learned from this journey as well?
Well, I've learned that it is very much a thing of, your mind is so powerful. And so many people don't know how to reach out to a cancer patient. They didn't know what to say. And they would say, hey, I went through this. My dad died a week before transplant. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I don't want to hear that. Then I would cry to my husband, what if I die? What if I die? So that's where I launched my battle cry and my movement, Armor Up. I figured my entire career as a news anchor, I've always had a fitness component to it, health and wellness. And I told everyone, you know what? The best thing you can do for me is get fit. Because all I've done my whole career is I know how to motivate people. So I thought, let me use this energy, this anxious energy I have, and tell everyone to get fit. Because doctors said the more fit you are, the better you can fight. So while my chemo bag was this big, the guy down the hall with high blood pressure, diabetes, and heart issues had a smaller bag. So who wants to have fight for their life? So that's what kept me through each and every day, because nobody visited me. My husband slept at my side. And every day people would log on and say, hey, I armored up today. I walked 3 miles. I did yoga.
And speaking of which, there are 2 events now in this area to have folks armor up and get involved in this fight. Tell us about that.
The first one is Saturday morning. It's at 8:30 in the morning. They suggest you get there at 7:30 so you can hear all the speakers. And this event is Team Matthias. It all benefits Be the Match. And there are so many people out there. I was blessed to have my sister be a perfect match, but there are people who don't have a match and they die waiting for one. And all the money from Team Matthias goes to be the match. And Matthias is a young boy who didn't die from leukemia. He passed away last year from another type of childhood cancer.
And that's going at the village at
8:30 in the
Leesburg.
morning, Village of Leesburg. You can go out and get fit. And it's not just, getting fit won't make you just look good and feel good. It's going to save your life.
Absolutely. And then the second event is a black tie affair, I believe.
fundraiser.
Right. big
Yeah,
fund-
Laura
June
Evans is going to be there,
Yeah.
emceeing the event.
LLS Men and Women of the Year Grand Finale Gala, Saturday, June 13, 2015. We've got that on the screen as well for people who can definitely get involved. You know, if you had to sum it up for you, I know you're still very emotional about this, as you should be. You've got a small child that you're raising, 3-year-old son.
I would say live your life to every moment, because I was so busy. So many friends would say, let's do this. I'm like, no, I have to do this. I have to take time. Take your head out of Facebook. Facebook is great, but pick up your head. We were just on vacation. So many parents, their kids are playing and their heads were buried. I'm like, sit up, because tomorrow could be dragged out from under you, and you may not have tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned, and you talked about your husband being by your side.
Cesar Aldama, if you're in TV,
Right.
I love that
know,
man.
Yeah, he's a newsman as well. He was by your side there, and it's tremendous for you, because he was right there with you the whole time. Support.
My husband, Cesar, is just an amazing man. And they say, unfortunately, a lot of marriages break up during cancer because it's so tough on the caregiver. It pulled us closer together. I think we've just,
Here is one of the benefits.
TV prepared us.
One of the benefits of Facebook is, by knowing Cesar, I was able to follow your journey, because we had not met, but I've been following your journey for the
there's a
past
picture of
year.
him.
So thrilled to actually have you here and be healthy and be with us now and in great
Be
spirits.
well
So much.
years and years.
I hope to see you guys down the road.
Yeah.
We're sending all positive thoughts your way.
And we're going to armor up.
Yes, you got to armor up.
Okay.
It's going to save your life.
Thanks so much for being with us,
Thank
and we
you.
look forward to seeing you again. All right, time now is 9:20, and we're going to be right back. Aw, come here.